and welcome to a new series of videos called The Metal Pedal Battle. In this brand new series of videos, this is the very first part, I'm either gonna show you one of my favorite guitar or bass pedals, or I'm gonna spontaneously check out a brand new pedal, or I might even check out a pedal that you have suggested, because I know that you are addicted to guitar pedals, aren't you? Don't deny it. But I'm here to make the addicted happy, give them what they want. Let's check out some pedals. And I'm gonna try to make those videos as quick and dirty and spontaneous as possible. Not a lot of talking, that's gonna be difficult for me, and more chuga chuga. Today, we are checking out this pedal over here. This is the Smarve distortion pedal from Switzerland, from a company called Smirmoor. And what makes it special is that you can go beyond what you can do with your typical high gain amp. And you know that I like that. I like going over the top. I like disgusting and over the top saturated tones. I like bridging between distortion and fuzz, and I'm always looking for new disgusting tones. Nice and nasty. Quick introduction of the signal path. Ravel baritone guitar, EMG pickups. We're going into a tube screamer and then into the Smarve pedal, and then I have two amps connected. I can switch between the brand new Synergy head that you can see over here. We're going into the clean channel of the Synergy amp. We're not using the module, and I can switch to my beloved Diezel amp, which has a wonderful clean channel too. The reason for using two amps is that, especially if you use very high gain distortion pedals or fuzz pedals, the clean amp, the clean channel, has a huge impact on the tone, and you're gonna see that these two amps sound entirely different with this pedal. From there, we are going down into my live room, into a Mesa Boogie 4x12 cabinet loaded with Eminence Carnivore speakers. Once again, I know that you guys like Carnivore content. The Carnivore is my upcoming signature speaker from Eminence, and it sounds pretty cool. But let's focus on the pedal. Right now, I'm playing, which one am I playing? The Synergy. And I can switch to the Diezel. Which sounds way darker now. I've actually pulled back the treble and the presence quite a bit. But you will see this makes sense a little later. Let's go back to the Synergy. So let's turn on the Smarve pedal and let me read to you what the designer, he's called Yevgeny, has told me about the pedal. He says the pedal itself has 16 clipping diodes and 5 gain stages. It starts with a preamp with clipping, then 3 parallel gain stages with different parameters for mid, low, and high frequencies. So those frequency bands get distorted separately or clipped separately somehow, then combined, mixed together into another gain stage with clipping, and then into another hard clipping stage. Wow. A lot of clipping, and that explains why this pedal sounds nasty. Let's have a look at the controls. And that's pretty simple. We've got gain, we've got an output knob, and then we've got 2 filters and a rather unique phase switch. So let's have a listen. Rather sludgy, fuzzy kind of distortion, right? Let's check out the filters. On the right side, we've got a high cut filter, which is already quite extreme. You could basically suck out all the higher frequencies. In this case, I feel I don't need it at all. Let's have a look at the other filter, and that's a very extreme low cut filter. Look at this. You can really suck out all the lower frequencies until you just end up with some kind of attack. And that also seems to suck out a lot of distortion. So that means you can push it here again. But let's see how much low end we want to suck out. I like that. Now it's time to have a look at the phase switch. And this one is interesting because it puts one of the gain stages out of phase with the others. I assume one of the different frequency bands. And yes, that immediately gives you the frequency response of a typical chainsaw HM2-ish tone, which is kind of cool. What I don't like about it is that it sounds quite broken, even if you don't have enough gain. It sounds kind of saggy, kind of like driving a tube power amp too hard. So I like the frequency response of this, but I don't like what it does to the distortion. So let's go back to the in-phase mode. And this tone has a lot of sludgy, nice character. It just doesn't sound tight enough for me. And what do you do if you want to tighten up any high gain guitar tone? Yes, you add a tube screamer. Always put it before the distortion and it will cut out the lows and that way tighten your distortion. Also give it some more bite. I love tube screamers for that. Kind of still sounds nasty, but the tube screamer kind of shifts it into a more usable area. You know what I mean? By the way, the tone knob of the Synergy is at something like 10 o'clock, so pretty dark, but I kind of like it like that. One very important parameter whenever you play a high gain guitar pedal into an amp is the output, because this, like, depending on how hard you drive the clean channel or the slightly saturated channel, the tone might change dramatically. Check this out. If I pull it back just a little bit, it gets a lot thinner and tighter. And here it kind of comes alive. And here it just sounds like broken. I'm killing the amp. This seems to be the sweet spot. But that is a parameter you should always play with, how hard you drive the amp. Same about the gain on the amp, even if it's a clean channel. But that's a nice, nasty, kind of slightly fuzzy tone. That's still very much usable. Now, let's switch to the Diezel amp, and you will see how different this is going to sound. Let's keep the settings. And the reason for this is that the Diezel has a way more full range sounding power amp than the Synergy. The Synergy is like a lot more rolled off in the top especially. And the Diezel has a typical tube amp rattle. And this is where we need the high cut filter of the pedal. Let's play with the output. And let's see if we can add a little more either gain or low end. Let's compare the two one more time. If you are looking for a pedal that can go beyond what your typical high gain amp can do, a pedal that is kind of a bridge between distortion and fuzz and gives you nasty, sludgy tones, but kind of controllable, you might want to check out the Smarve from Smirmoor from Switzerland. It also looks cool, by the way. It feels really solid, and yeah, I like supporting small companies. So check it out. I'll put a link below. And the even more important question is, how did you like this video? Maybe it was already too long. I really want to do like quick and dirty videos just showing you some pedals. Let me know if you want to see more of this. The metal pedal battle. That sounds cool. And let me know which pedals you want me to check out. Was that correct English? I hope so. And if you are a pedal company, feel free to get in touch and to send me your pedal. I might want to check it out or not. I don't know. There are a lot of pedals out there, so this can go on forever. And I know a lot of you guys are waiting for the Carnivore speaker. Ask your questions below. Like I've said many times, we're heading for a early summer release. We're probably going to release an IR pack first, including awesome Carnivore IRs from all kinds of different 4x12 cabs. And then we're going to release the speaker in the US and Europe, worldwide. And there's probably also going to be some kind of pre-order. So don't worry, just stay tuned on this channel. It's going to be an awesome speaker. I think that's all for today. Looking forward to reading all your comments down there. Check out the Smarve. I see you in hell, motherfuckers. Bye-bye.